Hello, welcome. I am going to walk you through in this video the 5 steps to become naturally thin for life. My name is Laura Dixon. I'm a certified health coach, I'm a certified weight loss coach, and I'm a certified life coach. And I was a former CPA who couldn't understand how I could have a 6-figure, amazing career before I was 30, but still struggled with my weight. And so I dieted and dieted for years. And really, what I was missing is what I'm going to teach you in these 5 steps. And now, before we get started, if you notice, yes, for those of you that know me, yes, I am pregnant. So that is what's happening here. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old and one on the way. So this process I teach you, and I'm going to answer some commonly asked questions at the end, is something that works even when you're pregnant, even if you do have a medical diagnosis like hypothyroidism or hyperthyroidism. And so I'm going to answer some of those questions at the end, but I want to dive right in to the 5 steps to become naturally thin for life. Are you ready? So these first 3 steps I'm going to teach you really were what was missing for a lot of the different programs I tried outside of dieting, including intuitive eating. So the first step really to becoming naturally thin is learning to let emotions pass through you. Now, maybe you're surprised that the first thing I tell you isn't about food and it isn't about hunger. It's really learning to let emotions pass through you. Because if you watched in one of the earlier videos or you're familiar with any of my other work, what you know is that our bodies have a desire for food and our brains have a desire for food. And when they don't match, which is what leads to overeating, when our brain has a desire for food that's greater than our body's desire for food, the only reason that happens ever is our brain is searching for a distraction. And that leads to a brain's desire for food that's greater than our body's desire for food. That's why when we have a really stressful day, or we feel really angry or sad or upset, or even if we feel excited or nervous or anxious, that's why our brain will be like, food would be really good right now, because our brain is searching for a distraction from something that is uncomfortable. And what is uncomfortable is always an emotion. And so when you learn to let emotions pass through you, what happens is you learn an alternative to either ignore it or react to it. Those were the only 2 options, I thought. I had severe anxiety as a child, and I thought the only option was either bottle it up and push it down or react to it. And so I often use food as a coping mechanism. But when you learn that those aren't the only 2 options, ignore or react, there's a third option of letting that emotion pass through you. And there's an actual step-by-step process to learn to do this for yourself. And then what happens is there's no longer a battle. Your brain's desire for food and your body's desire for food, they're aligned. They're no longer trying to battle each other out. And so then you reduce your brain's over desire to eat so that your brain's desire to eat matches your body's desire to eat, because your brain's no longer searching for this distraction. And that really then, once you learn that skill, makes all the rest of everything I'm going to teach you so much easier. So the second step is to learn to evaluate objectively. So many of us learn that our weight means something about us, and the scale will either make or break our day, right? We know we have analytical, very intellectual minds, and so we're able to look at a lot of other things objectively, except when it comes to our weight, if there's such a heaviness to it. And so when you learn to evaluate objectively, what that means is you always know why. You always know why you're losing weight. You always know why you're not losing weight. And then you always know the next step. You always know what to do about it without deprivation and without restriction. And what happens when there's no longer a mystery to it, and it really is just this objective evaluation process, you lose the fear of ever putting weight back on. And you lose weight then in the same way you keep it off as well. The third step is to really learn how to match the thoughts in your brain with the behavior you want. What we mostly do on diets is we try to willpower our way through. We try to force a behavior without our brain being on board. But when your brain is on board with a behavior you want, you don't really need any willpower anymore. I love to think about the example of brushing your teeth. For most of us, we don't need a lot of willpower to brush our teeth, right? We have an action, a behavior of brushing our teeth that's in congruence with our brain's thoughts of, I want minty fresh breath. I don't maybe want to kiss my partner with like film on my mouth. I don't like the way that film tastes. I don't want cavities. It actually doesn't really take me that long to brush my teeth. I don't mind brushing my teeth. All of those thoughts about brushing your teeth make it easy for you to then have the behavior of brushing your teeth. And when you learn how to match the thoughts that you want in your brain with the behavior you want when it comes to your relationship with food, you don't need willpower. And this is also why you no longer need any external accountability. You don't need external accountability to brush your teeth because your brain, the way your brain thinks about brushing your teeth, is aligned with the behavior of brushing your teeth. And that's exactly what I teach all of my clients, is how to align your brain, the way your brain thinks about food and hunger, with the behavior you want for your specific body and your specific goals. And how we do this is first through awareness and then through deliberate change. And again, there's an actual step-by-step process to each one of these 5 steps. And so I will walk you through more how I can help you implement each of these 5 steps. But these 3 steps really were what were missing for me with everything I ever tried, including intuitive eating. Really letting emotions pass through me, evaluating objectively without making the scale make or break my day, and really changing the way my brain thought about food to deliberately match how I wanted to show up, the behavior I wanted with my food and my hunger. And so these 3 steps, 1 through 3, are really needed to do these next 2 steps with ease and with permanence and with just an intrinsic, innate sense of accountability and trust with yourself where you don't need anything else. So when you learn those 3 steps, then what happens is you learn how to use your hunger and satiated signals in your body as tools to make your decisions around when, what, and how much to eat. So when you really learn to communicate with your body, because through all of this, you're matching your body's desire for food with your brain's desire for food, then when your body communicates to you, to your brain through its hunger and its satiated cues, you know how to listen and you know how to read those tools to make the decisions for your body and your goals. And then the 5th step is to learn really what are the foods that serve your body. What are the foods that feel good in your body, that you enjoy eating, that allow you to lose weight, that you can eat in a sustainable way so you're not losing weight in a different way than you're maintaining it. You're losing weight in the same way you keep it off. And when you really know the foods that serve your specific body, and there's a very deliberate way to learn this about your body, then your hunger becomes a tool from your body, and your satisfaction level, your satiated signal, becomes a tool from your body, and you decide, when do I want to eat? How hungry do I want to be? How do I want to feel in my body when I'm done eating? And then you find the food that serves your body. And so when you combine using your hunger and satiated signals as tools to make your decisions, and then you really know, how do I know what food serves my body specifically in this phase of my life, in this season of my life? Because what you're eating today, the exact food, it's not going to be the same that you're eating a year from now or 20 years from now or 30 years from now. But what remains constant is how you listen to your hunger and satiated signals and how you think about the food that serves your body. So then the types of food can change, but the way your brain thinks about and makes its decisions around food, that's what stays constant. And so this really, listening to your body's signals, is intuitive eating. But if you've been dieting for years and your brain is used to restriction and strict diets and strict exercise programs, it wants to rebel for sure, right? It's sick of all of that. So if you go, and this is what happened to me, if you go from strict dieting to trying to eat intuitively, what often happens is we're not really listening to our body. We're just listening to a brain that's like so sick of dieting. It just wants to eat like cookie dough and ice cream. So when you learn those first 3 steps, that is what makes listening to your body, listening to your hunger and your satiated levels, learning what food serves your body, that's what makes that easy. And that is also what creates natural weight loss. So when you think about our bodies want to be comfortable. They want to feel energized. They want to have that light and airy feeling. And so when they want to feel that way, our bodies will tell us how to do that. And so when we listen to our hunger and our satiated signals, when you find the food that serves your body and allows you to lose weight, you will create weight loss. And then when you lose weight in that way by listening to your body, you also keep the weight off in the same way. So you actually learn how to maintain weight loss as you're losing weight. So you lose the weight in the same way that you keep it off. So now I'm going to walk you through the Naturally Thin for Life program. So those are the 5 steps to becoming naturally thin. And I wanted to create something that was different than anything else out there. So I created the Naturally Thin for Life program. First and foremost, to put an end to dieting, to put an end to the countless programs we all try. So I'm going to walk you through the details, everything you get, how to join, the investment, and all of that. But I really wanted this to be the last thing that any woman tries when she wants to lose weight and keep it off with ease. And so while I walk you through the details, one thing that I really want to help all women do is reach that body weight that just feels like comfortable. It feels like you're at home. It feels easy. You stop obsessing. You stop thinking about it. You stop overanalyzing all of the time, and you really learn to trust yourself. So when you join Naturally Thin for Life, you either lose the weight or I give you your money back. It is really a personal mission of mine to put the end to all of the countless programs we all try and to really lose the weight, or I genuinely will give you your money back. So the Naturally Thin for Life program I created to walk you through step by step each of these 5 steps. So I take the 5 steps I just explained to you and I break them down into simple tools so that you really do match your brain and your body's desire for food. So that you build trust with yourself along the way. So that when you lose the weight, you're not worried about it coming back on. And then you lose the weight in the same way you keep it off. There's no lose it this way and then figure out how to maintain it, right? And so when you learn these simple tools, you can actually start losing weight day 1. And when you build that trust with yourself, the amazing thing that happens is that your body has been talking to your brain, is talking to your brain. A lot of times we just cloud that with all of the dieting we've been doing. And then when you build that trust with yourself, you develop so much confidence, not only when you lose the weight, but all along the way, which is really, really important. So now I'm going to walk you through everything that you get when you join the Naturally Thin for Life program. I'm going to answer some commonly asked questions. I'm going to walk you through how to join and everything else that is included in addition to these 5 steps. So I take all of the 5 steps that I just shared with you, I break them down step by step and teach you exactly what tools to implement to find the exact way of eating that serves you and your body that also helps you reach your goal. So in addition to the 5-step process that I break down in a video series that you get on-demand lifetime access to, you also get live weekly support. So you can come to live calls twice a week. The times rotate for various schedules, and you can ask me any questions and get any coaching that you need. And so what we do when we're coaching is I help you work through any obstacles. I help you get to a solution during that time together so that you can then take that solution and implement it in your life so you're always making progress. And you also get access to all of the call replays. So if you can't come to a call live, you get access not only to any of the calls when you join and the future calls in their replay form, but you also get access to any of the prior live calls and their replays. So sometimes someone might come and say, I'm just so stressed. I can't not eat. I don't know how to stop eating. We'll work through that. Or I'm going on vacation, or I struggle at my in-laws. You can come with any of your specific questions and I will help you work through that so that your brain also learns how to problem solve in a way that then you can apply that same skill to any other obstacles that come up for you. Also, when you join, you get access to a bonus debunking myths course. So I walk you through 10 weight loss myths that I have seen come up in almost every single woman's weight loss journey. Not only mine, but all of the women that I have helped. And they have slowed down their weight loss. So I take each one of those myths and I debunk it for you and I teach you the truth behind it and what really is the truth when it comes to losing weight so that you can accelerate your weight loss. I also, in addition to each of the myths, there's a deep dive that we did into each of those myths that you can watch as well. And so this was a bonus course that I taught inside the program, in addition to the 5-step process and the live weekly calls. And so not only do you get access to this course, the 10 debunking myths course, but you also get automatic access to any future bonus material. So this was a bonus course I delivered. So if there are any future bonus courses, and I have some in mind that I can't wait to share with all of you that I will be delivering in the upcoming months, you automatically get access to all of those too with your membership when you join. So here is how you can join. So there's a button below this video. You can click that button, or you can go to members.lauradixoncoaching.com/payment, or just click that button below. And when you join, it's $1,000 or 4 payments of $300. And again, when you join, you get access to the 5-step Naturally Thin for Life process where I break down those 5 steps I taught you in this video into step-by-step tools that are simple and ready for you to implement starting day 1. You also get access to live calls, those 2 calls every week that you can come, get any of your questions answered, and all call replays. And you also get access to the bonus debunking myths course as well as any future bonus content. And again, that's 1 payment of $1,000 or 4 payments of $300. And when you join, you get on-demand lifetime access. So when you join, you can get started right away. You can start losing weight today, and you also get lifetime access. And not because it takes a lifetime to lose the weight, but my clients that have gotten the fastest, most sustainable, rapid results will sometimes watch some of the videos a couple of times because they'll learn something, they'll go and they'll implement it. And then maybe a couple of weeks will go by and they'll come back and they'll watch it again. And their brain will be in such a different spot that it hears the information a little bit differently. And so I just want you to have access to all of the material for a lifetime so that if you ever need to come back to anything, it's there ready for you. And like I said earlier, I wanted to create something that was different than anything else out there in that you either lose the weight or I give you your money back. So really and truly, I created a program that is the last time that you will lose weight. So when you join, you implement all of this. And if you don't lose the weight, I give you your money back. It's as simple as that. And so now I'm going to walk you through a couple and answer just a couple questions that I often get. And so one of those first questions is, how long does it take? So how long does it take? I'm going to answer that in two variations. First, how long does it take to get through the material? So for most people, it takes about 30 days to go through the 5-step process. And so the way I really designed it for you is to go through each of the videos, typically kind of 15 to 20 minutes. You'll go through a video and then you'll implement a tool. And then you'll go through another video and you'll implement a tool. And you'll just start finding the tools that really allow you to start losing weight. And so you'll build on that. And some people binge watch all of the videos in, a week or so, but it's very common that it takes about 30 days for you to go through all of the 5-step process. And then the other piece of that is, how long does it take to lose the weight? Now, many people come in and they start losing weight day 1. I have a client, Erin, who lost 30 pounds in 4 months. Actually, it was a little less than that, maybe 3.5 or so. I have a client, Ava, who lost 40 pounds in 5 months. I have a client, Ashley, who just joined not that long ago, and she lost 5 pounds in 10 weeks. Those are not uncommon results. So of course, the rate at which you lose weight is up to you, but you really can get in and start losing weight day 1. And because you lose weight in the same way you keep it off, it really is the fastest way to lose weight because you don't worry about it coming back and you lose it for the last time. And then the second question that I get is, what if I have a medical diagnosis? So I've helped many women that have hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, autoimmune disorders like lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or fibromyalgia. And like I shared with you in the beginning, I'm obviously pregnant right now. I have 2 other kids. So I've gone through 2 other pregnancies using this process. So really, of course, this process, I'm not going to diagnose any medical conditions. So just obviously want to share that. But what will happen when you, and if you have a medical diagnosis, that you will learn how to feel the optimal level of comfort even with that medical diagnosis. So what happens a lot of times with some of the women I've helped is they maybe struggle with some uncomfortable emotions, or they don't know exactly what food serves them with that medical diagnosis, and they don't even know how to really find what that is. And then what happens is they will compound any physical discomfort they're experiencing or any emotional discomfort they're experiencing with even more physical discomfort from eating in a way that doesn't serve their body or from overeating. And so what you will learn if you do have a medical diagnosis is how to operate and feel at like you're at your most efficient kind of capability in your own body, even with that medical diagnosis, so that you aren't compounding any physical or emotional discomfort with the discomfort of overeating. And so the last question I get, or sort of comment, is like, but like, really? I do get my money back if I don't lose the weight? The answer is yes. Like I shared with you earlier, I really want this to be the last time you lose weight. So it is either the last time you lose weight or I give you your money back, so that we aren't doing all of these crazy things for the rest of our life trying to find the solution. And really what I teach you in the 5-step process is all you need to lose weight and to keep it off, to put an end to the obsessing, an end to the overthinking, and really learn how to have that confidence and that trust with your own body so that you can have the mental freedom that comes on the other side of that. So click the button below this video to join, or go to members.lauradixoncoaching.com/payment. You can enter your payment information and you can get started right away. So friends, I cannot wait to see you inside. This is the end of starting tomorrow, and this is the beginning of the rest of your life, free from the obsessing, free from the overthinking, so that you can move on and really live your life without worrying about your weight and without worrying about what to eat and what not to eat. And you can just enjoy what you eat and move on to the rest of the goals that you have for your life. I will see you all inside Naturally Thin for Life. I can't wait to see you there.